Hello and welcome to another video. So for this version of the Machamp Noctowl backline, we have Froslass in the lead. Now Froslass has always been a solid pick for the remix and retro cut formats. Always been solid, though typically not the most recommended for a lead, but I wanted to try it out versus it's typically better positioned as a safe swap and closer, especially with energy, even if down a shield or even down 2-to-1 shields. But let's get right into these battles. Excuse me. Hopping into the first one, we have Froslass versus Pelipper. So, I believe it's slightly in favor of Pelipper as it will outpace. I do try to not have that happen. They snuck in a wing attack, not great. I do decide to shield. I don't decide to shield this first Weather Ball, as I will live it, though if it was a Hurricane would have been fine. I do shield this next Weather Ball. I should get to one more move. I am going to go for the Shadow Ball, and I do manage to make it. He either should be taking it out if he doesn't shield, which it does, so that's great. I believe this Beedrill they just brought in got 4 Poison Jabs, but I'm going to bring in Noctowl. I don't need to shield anything here. A Sludge Bomb won't do that much damage in terms of, over half, if anything. I will go for a Sky Attack. May shield, that's telling me they're weak in the back to Noctowl. Otherwise, for sure, why aren't they swapping out anyway? I do let this go again. It's another Fell Stinger, so the baits are crazy. I do decide to let this go. I'm thinking it's another Fell Stinger. It's a Jewel Run. I'm like, alright, I can swap a Machamp and counter down, and it's a Meganium in the back. So, this is going to be GG's, as I can shield their Frenzy Plant just fine, and go for another Cross Drop, and then farm down the Beedrill later. So, good game to my opponent. But again, if you're new to Go Battle League, again, them shielding and, of course, not swapping out their Beedrill was a clear tell that whatever they had on the back was also weak to Noctowl. So that could have easily been another Bug type, a Flying type. If they knew the moveset, that could have also been a Dark or a Ghost type, or perhaps a Lick user. I realize I'm stretching it a bit, but that's things you gotta think about. But on to the next match versus RideUSteal. Alrighty, this is not favorable for Froslass. I will be going for a straight Shadow Ball. Do not bait in this matchup. Always go for Shadow Ball. Alright, they're going to go for a Zap Cannon most likely. I can survive this. I am going to go for another Shadow Ball. And then I do manage to get there. This will likely not take it out due to the debuff. I am trying to farm down. This is definitely a Focus Blast, which is smart on them. Took it out. I will go for Noctowl just to... get some energy on it. It was kind of like 50-50. Could have gone either way. They bring in Cofagrigus. Some already thinking that they're weak to Noctowl in the back again. I will let this go. They go for Shadow Ball. So maybe they don't realize or forget that Noctowl is part normal flying typing. These are still the lower ranks. I do go for a Shadow Ball, which does a solid amount of damage. And I'm able to farm down before they get to a second move. Alrighty. This is an Air/Mandibuzz next. So Machamp prefers Snarl. So I will stay in here for now. I will be going for some multiple Sky Attacks. They gotta be shielding sometime, right? Excuse me. I will be trying to go for one more Sky Attack. Looks like they are going to try to farm down, which makes sense. So I will be swapping out into Machamp to basically farm down. They did shield once, but it's already too late. I can just double shield if I need to, and that's going to be a good game to my opponent. Very well played. On to match number 3. Right, Froslass Mirror. Now, my Froslass IVs are 0, 10, and 14, I believe. So I basically assume I lose all CMP ties. They do attempt to catch a Shadow Ball on their Oranguru. Remember, this is a normal Psychic typing, so it is actually single resisted the Shadow Ball versus super effective on typical Psychic types. I do decide to try to chip. I get a shield with that Avalanche, and I bring in Noctowl. So, pretty clear which move I'm going for. Shadow Ball is single resisted, Sky Attack is neutral. Alrighty then, and then who do I come in? I'm able to get to another Sky Attack. Hopefully they let this go. They don't, so let's see here. I believe I decided to come in with Machamp. Oh, because I'm thinking they had a foul play, that's right. But for some reason they didn't throw. I could have sworn they had a move. I will shield this up. If I counted right, I should get to this Rock Slide and win CMP tie, or they were one off. I get to the Rock Slide, I knock it out, and then in comes an Electrode. So this is going to be a good game as I'm able to get to this Cross Shot and I have some residual energy on my Froslass, and I can shield just fine if I need to. They don't launch the move, so this is going to be a good game to my opponent. Very well played. Pardon, that was my phone. On to game number 4. Froslass versus Machamp. Actually, if I remember correctly, Machamp, maybe slightly IV dependent, can actually win in the 2 shields, going straight cross chop. I do shield this up. Some of them are risky with the Rock Slide. They will most likely shield. On the Froslass, remember, it's single resisted these counters, and Froslass is on the Glacier side. I will risk it for the Biscuit, if as Zionic sometimes says. It's a cross drop, so I'm able to survive. So either I take out the Machamp, or I grab both shields. They let it go down. I will let the Zangoose farm me down. I do come in with Machamp, and then they decide to swap out into Haunter. I'm assuming this Haunter has Noctowl, but I will let this first one go through in case it's not, or they bait. Then I'm counting. And if I've counted correct, this is just a Shadow Push. Or a Shadow Ball if I'm off, but that would make no sense. So it's definitely a Shadow Punch, as you saw. I'm able to go for the Sky Attack. This is still going to be close, as I'm kind of nervous about them farming down, as I am in the red. But I do get their last shield, but my switch timer is not up. I'm able to get it low enough where they have to throw a move, and this should be a good game to my opponent. I will probably need to shield. Yep. I will need a shield, and as long as I can get one counter through before their next charge move, I will win this, and I do. So, good game to my opponent. Very well played. Zangoose, definitely a spicy pick right there. PhD Fist, love it. All right, Marowak, terrible lead. Get out of there. I do swap into Machamp, as Noctowl is my harder counter. I'm able to... I do decide to go for a risky shield bait with this cross chop. So I got lucky there, if you ask me. I decided to let this go. And then I believe I come in with Froslass. I will attempt to go for a sneak, as I believe Galv does with his CMP against Froslass. And I should survive a discharge to go for a lunge, so this is great. I will farm up as much as I dare. They should be one more Volt Switch away from the next move. I will take out the Gavantula, and then I'm going to go for a Shadow Ball. I was only 2 Powder Snows away. This will still do a good amount of damage, even debuff. And I come with Noctowl. And Araquanid, let's go! So, let's go in for Sky Attacks all day. I am not shielding anything. Though if I am going to shield anything, it's probably going to be a Bubble Beam just because it's neutral damage. But hey, honestly, Shadow Bone, Bone Club, and Bubble Beam do not do that much damage. My goal is to farm down here, but yeah, I'm trying to go for the 2 shield flex here. And I'm able to farm down. I will go for a Shadow Ball just to burn some time. I will swap into Froslass. If I can catch a move, great. But honestly, that was not my goal because I had 2 shields anyway. So with the 2 shield flex, that is going to be a good game. Very well played to my opponent. So, yeah, that was a 5-0 run with this team. Definitely along the more meta lines. Even though Noctowl's maybe got some spice to it, though it might be less as time goes on, since it counters both Marowak and Araquanid just fine. But yeah, thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.